Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I have a short stack here. I honestly thought there were 5, and I went looking for a 5th comic around the house, and it turns out, I guess there's only 4. So, short video, let's get into it. We're starting with Little Monsters issue 11, and I think I'm still in denial that this series is ending in only 2 more issues, but I just need to accept it, I think. So we start in East Berlin in the 60s. We get a backstory for one of the main characters, and back in the present, realization is dawning for the Splinter group. Well, really, I guess both groups. It's a great read. I once again wish that the series weren't ending, but I'm enjoying it, and I hope that it ends well, and I will wait to see what these two do next, because I hope they're working on something else. And these two characters that hadn't been together meet up. Probably doesn't bode well for next issue, but it's great. It's recommended, as always, and I'll probably wind up getting the hardcover whenever the whole series is collected, but I still love it. Up next we have the Harrower. I'm still saying the for some reason. Harrower, issue 2. This cover is very much not a lie. And I'll just say that my wife and I recently rewatched Scream 1 through 4, and then we watched Scream 5 for the first time because it was on streaming availability. And it's not quite in preparation for seeing 6, because I don't think we're really going to movie theaters yet for whatever reason. But I just want to say that party scenes tend to happen at the end of the movie. And this, oh man, it's only 4 issues, and the party scene and the subsequent slaughter happen issue 2. It's amazing. It's just spectacular. And then there's a surprise entrance at the end of this that's... oh man. I'm absolutely loving this series. The writing is phenomenal. The art is expressive. Just loving it. I didn't notice this guy's t-shirt. Where was he? Look at this guy. So... highly recommended. Maybe you just saw the blood splatter. So everything turns red. It's glorious. Loved it. Highly recommended. BRZRKR issue 12. This is the final issue. It is oversized. I don't know how many pages this is, but it's a lot. And a lot of it is text boxes. A lot of it's sort of this voiceover, which is fine. And what I found surprising is it doesn't really resolve... it sort of resolves the story, but there are enough dangling threads that this could continue, and I don't remember if anything has been said about, spin-offs or something like that, but I've been sort of down on this book for the last couple of issues. It started extremely strong, heavy on action. The middle chunk got into some lab experiments where not as much was happening, and then the ending arc was kind of more metaphysical than anything. But it honestly ends very well. I'm happy with how this ends. I'm surprised with how this ends. I'm not sure everyone is going to be as pleased as I am, but it's really good. And I guess I'm glad that I kickstarted this however many years ago, like a year and a half, maybe more. I don't remember, 2 years maybe? It's good. If you were at all waiting, it's good. That's all I can say. I enjoyed it. It ends well, even if the journey to get here, maybe I thought had some missteps. It's good. It's recommended. Maybe I'll show off some of the art. I found this interesting. This is possibly page 1 of issue 1, but this is definitely a callback to earlier in the series, which I found a nice touch. There's absolutely some action. Oof. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Last Ronin, Lost Years, issue 2. I don't remember if this is an ongoing or a miniseries, but I think I'm dropping it. So we've got, let me just show this credits page. Got a couple of writers, a couple of artists, and so there's parallel storylines, I guess. There's flashbacks and then stuff that's happening now. The now is minimal. There's a lot of flashbacks because, well, it's the Lost Years, right? And I guess I don't really care. The stuff in the present is well drawn. It's interesting. I'd like to see more of these characters. I do enjoy them. But we get a few pages and then the bulk of the book is happening in the past, which again makes sense given the title, but I don't enjoy this art as much. And I also don't enjoy this story as much. When The Last Ronin starts, we've got a turtle returning to New York. Some shit has clearly gone down. There's a dark history. Some of that is told through the original series. I think enough is told. And then here, it's filling in, and the story is just, it's sad and kind of dumb. We've got a turtle that is running away from a fight after running away from another fight. I guess he gets beat up less this issue than he does in the first one, but it is really just kind of sad all around. It's not really a recognizable turtle to me. And I guess some of that is, you know, suffering from loss. He's in a very different, just mental space, but it's not it's not enjoyable to read. The story's nothing enjoyable. What I had talked about before when I dropped the main series, the main IDW Ninja Turtle series, is I was sort of waiting for Eastman and Waltz to come back because they had handed the series off after issue 100 to Sophie Campbell, and I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm hoping that they come back at some point. And what I think I've learned since then is I'm not sure that I really enjoy them anymore either, because Armageddon Game is going on for way too long, but I read some of the prequel stuff, the leading up to it stuff, and it was fine, but it didn't have that magic sauce. And now they're writing this. Last Ronin was great, but they're writing this now, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like, there's enough in the original series to tell you what has happened. And this Lost Years is completely unnecessary. Lastly, I grabbed the Exile. This was, I believe, originally put out in 2019. The English version was kickstarted last October. But it is described as a Viking Western, if I'm remembering correctly. I will show off the art. So here's just a random page. The whole book is done in this sort of bluish gray, black, white, and occasionally red. But it is phenomenal. The story is great. I've already read this. I was once again reading comics instead of doing something else I was supposed to be doing. So I've read this. I haven't yet shot a review. I think I'm doing that next after I get some food in me, because it is very early and I'm hungry. But this, I highly recommend it if you are at all interested in, you know, sort of Norse, Scandinavian. This is Icelandic, if it makes a difference, but that sort of Viking era story. It's a family of a couple of stories and how they clash, but it's quite good. Very much enjoyed this. So that is everything that I got this week. If I didn't mention it, I'm probably dropping this. As far as pick of the week goes, I'm giving it to Harrower. It was an incredibly fun read. The violence is also phenomenal. It's surprising just how many people get sliced, and how many innards are shown in this. But it's fun, it's violent, it's mysterious, because there's still something going on that we don't fully understand, but some of the characters do. And next issue is set up for what seems to be a one-on-one fight that has been brewing for many years. I mean, not in here, but maybe we'll find out the backstory of that. I'm hoping so. But this is just a fantastic read. Really enjoying this. I'm glad Comic Shop Manager recommended this. I grabbed this after he showed it to me. So this came out, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I grabbed this as soon as he opened the book and I saw the art. So that is everything that I got this week. As always, I get my books from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.